about the Sabbath and derivation of Sabbath. Now we'll look at Matthew 2:27. And he said unto them, the Sabbath, now Jesus says this to the people in Matthew 2:27, he says, and he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath. Now, I tried to find out, the derivations for the word Sabbath, and some people say Shabbat. It just means, a cessation or to break off. And then Shub means to turn back from evil. Although I think that there are various implicit meanings that have to do with the number 7 and the concept of Bath, which is a house, or Bayit, just like we talked earlier, from the second alphabet, meaning Bayit, the house. However, let's look at the GUSII derivation of Sabbath. Now, Sa comes from the root GUSII word Ase, meaning a place or a fire, spirit, or life force, in the sense that when you say in double set, meaning illumination. So Ashe is life force in Yoruba, and Aish is spirit fire. See, so God made man, and he put Aish in him, meaning he became a fireman, meaning he had a spirit. So spirit is always described as an energy, as a fire, as a life force. Now, in the GUSII, Sabbath means to pray, Sabbath. Now, to cleanse is Isaba. Now, notice how the number 7 is used. And then, Sabbath also means to beg. So, it could mean pray, cleanse, or beg. Now, Bayito comes from the root word, Bayit, meaning members of a household. So, Bayit, Enveito, and Vamento all means Bayit. Now, if you combine Sa, meaning a place, and Bayito, you have Sabayito. Now, if you use the Sutu word for people, Batu, you have Sabatu. Look at that. So it doesn't matter what people say, Shavat, Shavut. I don't care how they pronounce it. Israel did not have one accent, and the concept of standardizing language to one accent is a very Western kind of thinking. There is no way that Israel had almost 12 languages and, I don't know, 2 Sab languages, and they had one way of pronouncing Shabbat. Even people who speak Sheng don't pronounce Sheng words the same. Come on. It's a misconception. It's a deception. So we have Sabayito, Savanto, Saveto, Saweto, Sabato. And that's how the name was produced. So I'm going to put the agglutination for the word Sabbath using various languages. Let's now cover the agglutination for the word Sabbath. Now, I'm going to show you the various, I'm going to use Swahili and all of the, just random languages. So we have Saba, which is Ekewusi, like I talked about, pray, ask, beg. And then you have Saba, place of the people, Ekewusi, when you say Sabanto, place of the people. And then Isaba means to cleanse yourself in Ekewusi. Saba is Swahili 7. And then now let's go to the word, the suffix, which will be bath, or batu, or bati. Now, batu means people in Soto. Banto or Bayito or Bieto means people or members of the household. Binti is daughter in Swahili and Arabic. And then Watu Batu are people, especially Congo dialect, and Rwandese have had used B, Batu, Watu. Then Vandu, Kandu, Sandu. This word, I know Louis had a couple of Vandu, but there's different dialects and different pronunciations. And this, and I'm using these languages so that they reflect upon other Bantu languages that seem similar. And then you have Bati, daughter. And I know in the Hindu language, I think it's, they'd say Beta, I think, to mean daughter. Yeah. So anyway, the combination really means a place of prayer, 7, place of worship, place of the people, place of members of the household. So Sabantu or Sabatu or Shavat all come from a very second primordial energy thinking. It's the two concept, the Bantu concept, Ubuntu concept. So we as Bantu people, we as Bayits, are born from that Ubuntu concept of belonging, of being, very socialistic. It's a very collectivist, socialist culture. Now, the concept of Ubuntu is very socialist, collectivist. So, how then can you have a social collectivist culture being propagated by people who practice individualism, saying that it was their culture? And this is how language is stolen. When you use white images, you poison the whole thing, you corrupt it. So we need to take back our language now that we know the truth, now that you know the truth. So let's talk about the knowledge of good and evil, guys. Okay, so in Ivri, good, ready, amiable, delectable, or the concept of consummation means consumption. It's a word retop. Now, retop ra would then mean evil. Now, in Ekerusi, when we say, now notice, retop, KISII will be chin top. Again, we don't have V, would replace that with the B, although there's dialects, they do, I've had say Mustivati, they kind of have a V, they're dialects, so I can say we don't have it because I can't speak for all KISIIs, I'm just the KISII I am, as, coming from my clan, and I'm a KISII who was experienced, what I have experienced, so I can't speak for all ABAKOSOVA people. So, anyway, so Retob means ripeness. So if somebody tells me, means are they ripe? Now, Toba means to be ripe. It's good to eat. It's ready. It's good for use. Yeah, like sometimes I've had boys say, hey, that deal, that deal has gone through. It's ready. So, now, in Ekerusi, the word for evil, guys, does not change. It still remains Reto. Chin tobu, tobu, depending on what you're saying. Now, so chin tobu or tobu is still the same. So the word for good and evil in Kerusi is the same. So you can say tobu good or tobu evil, depending on how you talk. Now, in the Hebrew language, if I notice a slight difference with evil, they put ra at the end to imply they have seen, they have known. Now for us in the GUSII language, to look or to see is ro ra. So if you were to add that, it would be chin tobu rora or chin tobu ra. It's just the same thing, only they added a ra in the Hebrew language. But for us, evil and good have the same word. And that's why more and more I'm convinced the GUSII language is one of the progenitor languages that shaped that Hebrew lingua franca that's even still spoken now in Israel. And more, I'm convinced beyond a doubt that Israel is a black civilization. Having been taken over by the descendants of Esau now, but the secret of okay, guys, following up with what we discussed about the knowledge of good and evil, the word Retov and Chin Togo. Now, I'm going to show you how, using various derivations, the name from the name Togo, Retov, how you have the name Tobias produced from the GUSII language, guys. So here we go. So you have Chin Togo, meaning basically good, evil, or vulgar. Now, an example of how you can use Chin Togo in the GUSII language to mean vulgar would be, you say, an example would be like, when you tell somebody, let him not, let him or her not influence you in his evil or vulgar ways. So then you have the word Tobias, and again we'll say Tobias means to make ripe. And then you have, now moving on to the Greek language, where they say Tobias comes from the Greek language, from the word Tovia, meaning good. No, did you notice earlier when I had put up there, when I said Tobias to make ripe, and I said Tovia? Remember, we don't have V, we have B. So no, that is a Bantu name, Tobias, meaning to make good. So Tobias, coming from the Greek language, means good. No, I argue it is Bantu. Tovia, just like we had earlier discussed when I said Tovia. Now, Tovera means to make ripe as well. Now, you have the Hebrew language Tovia, which is really no different from the word Tovia. Again, these are all three words in the Hebrew language and in the Greek language, in the KISII language, all pronounced basically the same. And then now we move on to the Luganda language, where you have Kitobero. Kitobero is a combination of sumptuous meals that I read that that they feed to children, and you can see that from Saida Karoli's song, Maui Kitobero. Kitobero also means a feast. Now, in the Japanese language, you have taberu. Taberu meaning to eat. Taberu, I argue, comes from the root word tobia, meaning it is ready for use, it is ready for consumption. That's why even in the Japanese language, taberu would be to eat. Now, I argue that also that the Japanese language is also a Bantu language, but those will be slides to come. I'll talk about it. And there's so many aspects of the Japanese language and Chinese language, Mandarin Chinese, I have found that have so many Bantu aspects. But we'll talk about this. Think about it. It's not rocket science. Aristotle and the rest of the Grecian plagiarist thieves went to school in Egypt, and the only condition was to get circumcised. Where do you think they got the name Tobias, to make right? They had black Bantu teachers teaching them this. So it's crazy how, even in Western education they insist on plagiarism, yet a lot of Western education is plagiarized from African teachers. Come on. So then we'll move on to our next slide, and I'll